Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over my new updated team selection for game week 1. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment, what is your team currently looking like, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, I'm obviously updating my team again because a lot more things have gone on over the course of the weekend and just the last few days in general in terms of players that were injured but are still scoring hat-tricks and other players that are likely to transfer to other clubs and just loads and loads of new information to kind of break down, and that is why my team has changed once again. Something that hasn't changed though are the goalkeepers. I can't really see myself moving away from the Forest number 1, whether it is going to be Miguel, whether it's going to be Matt Sells, whoever it is going to be probably my 4.5 mil goalkeeper. Ward is, like I say, just a different 4 mil keeper, not going to be playing, so I don't really have to really think too much about who that's going to be. But yeah, in terms of 4.5 mil goalkeepers, I think Forest have just got such a nice run of fixtures, barring the Liverpool away game and the Chelsea away game. But like I say, they start off with Bournemouth, Southampton, Wolves, Brighton coming up as well. So yeah, as I say, I don't think keepers and defenders are going to be getting that many points this year, unless obviously they get a clean sheet or an attacking return. In terms of just like the bonus points and stuff. So yeah, it's not really a position that I want to put a lot of my my money into. I think one 4.5 mil goalkeeper probably will be enough. I do really like the idea of like 2 rotating 4.5 mil goalkeepers, and if I had the extra 0.5, that's probably something that I would kind of go towards. But at the same time, it's not, unless you're getting a goalkeeper from one of the big clubs, it's not really worth it, because obviously the cheaper goalkeepers will make loads of saves anyway, you'd like to think, so they'll get a couple of points from that. But yeah, obviously the bonus points really hurts them this year, so even if they make loads of saves but they concede like 3 goals, they're probably not going to get a bonus point, which again, a little bit unfortunate. But yeah, I'm kind of settled with the goalkeeper. I just need to know who is going to be Forest number 1 really, and hopefully we find that out relatively soon. So those are the goalkeepers. The back line has changed a tiny bit. Obviously, I've still got my 4 mil Barco, however you pronounce his name. Really good preseason. Only 4 mil. We'll be starting with Estepinian now. Mikalenko, I think, is a bit of a given as well. He's obviously had a really good season last season. Everton's defensive numbers were really good, even though they were kind of in a relegation battle. That was mainly because of the points deduction, though. But yeah, I mean, the fixtures are okay. Kind of like good fixture, bad fixture, good fixture, bad fixture, good fixture. But obviously they can just rotate with any of the other 4.5 mil goalkeepers, defenders, should I say. Castagna also makes the team as well. Some really nice fixtures for Fulham, either side of Man United away and Newcastle at home. Just a sea of green fixtures there with Leicester and Ipswich and West Ham. 2 of those, of course, obviously are newly promoted teams as well, so that's always a nice bonus. Livramento is gonna be definitely gonna be in my team if Trippier goes. I think Livramento and Hall have both started the last few preseasons, really, so the last few preseason games. So even if Trippier doesn't go, I might even go to like Hall, because it looks like he's a little bit more first choice. Also, Newcastle apparently going after Mark Gay now as well, so that will also kind of shake things up at the back. I mean, a really nice back line though of Livramento, Hall, Botman, and Gay. So yeah, I don't think Burn will be anywhere near this draft, especially if they sign Gabe, because it's just more competition, and I think they're going to be playing him over Dan Burn regardless. Dan Burn does offer you that aerial threat and stuff, but he's just not fast enough in my opinion, especially when he's playing as like a wing back. It's just not his position. But yeah, Livramento is in the team. I've also brought Konza back in as well. I can't remember who my last defender was, but I'm pretty sure it wasn't Konza. But yeah, they just got nice fixtures. I know the Champions League coming up and everything like that. If he doesn't start a game, then you know I can just fall back on one of them, either 4.5 mil defenders. Think about centre backs, as if they don't start the game, they're probably not going to. I mean, I know he can play left back as well, but like, if he doesn't start, he's probably not going to come on unless they're just like trying to keep the like a 1-goal lead or something like that. But yeah, there's not really a lot going on with the back line. Again, I've always spoken about how I think a lot of my funds are just going to get pumped into midfield and my forwards, just simply because the bonus points just favour them a lot more this season. And if you just kind of have to take a look at it from a mathematical point of view. You know, if they're getting more bonus points from conceding, from winning fouls and shots on target and stuff like that, whereas defenders haven't really, I don't think anything's been introduced this season that are kind of getting them more bonus points. There's only things that are kind of like taking away their bonus points in terms of like conceding a goal and stuff like that. So with that kind of in mind, unless you're going for a really strong defense like an Arsenal or a City, I think it's just mathematically it makes more sense to pump all of that extra money into your better midfielders and your better strikers and stuff like that. Either way though, that's the back line and the goalkeepers. I don't think it's going to change that much from now, unless yeah, to be fair, I don't even know what would happen for me to change it. I don't really want to go near Arsenal just simply because even though they do have a really nice fixture with Wolves at home, I just don't think the fixtures are that great. It's something that I would have wildcard in later on down the line. I just don't really think it's a necessity to start with them. Again, probably going to keep a clean sheet against Wolves at the start of the season, but you know, hopefully one of my 4.5 mil defenders can keep a clean sheet as well. Because I don't think the thing about last season was a lot of people had double Arsenal defense, and I didn't have any Arsenal defense, I think, since my game week 30 wildcard, and it kind of really hurt. I still don't even know how I ended up finishing 500th in the world, because the amount of times that Arsenal punished me for not having a defender was literally 4 or 5, maybe even 6 times. That was just losing points on. People were having double defense as well. But this time, I think people are just going to go into the season, if they are going to go in with an Arsenal defender, just the one. I've not seen that many drafts to have doubled up on Saliba and Gabriel. There are a few out there that have got Gabriel, Saliba, and Gvardiol, and they're just going to set and forget, which is fair enough. But the fixtures just don't really warrant that for me personally. But anyway, that's the back line and the goalkeepers. In midfield, it has changed quite a bit. I've actually had a bit of a formation change. I'm actually playing 3-4-3 right now. And I brought in Winks, who's a 4.5 mil midfielder. He should actually get some decent minutes. Not a player that I'm going to be playing anyway, so it doesn't really matter that much. But yeah, he should be getting decent minutes for Leicester anyway. But yeah, the midfield is Nkunku, Eze, Salah, and Son. Again, Son could be a Saka if I wanted to. They do have Wolves at home, but you know, Son's got Leicester away, so it's still a really nice fixture. Would prefer that to be a home game, obviously, but I think Son was always just going to be probably sell him after the first couple of game weeks, because I don't really want it for Newcastle or Arsenal. And after that, I mean, the fixtures are nice again after that, really. But if I was going to wildcard around game week 10 or something like that, that's probably where I would maybe take a look at Heung-min Son again. But yeah, he's kind of going to be just a little bit of not really a bit of a punt, because he's obviously 11.6% owned. But yeah, I mean, Spurs have been playing really well preseason. I think they might have did they lose a recent game? I don't know, but either way, Porro's obviously gone up in stocks as well, because he's been scoring. Son's obviously been scoring. A lot of people are looking at Kulusevski a little bit more. Brennan Johnson as well, just because they're starting and playing quite well as well. So yeah, I mean, I like Son as a little bit of a couple of 2 game weeks, a bit of a punt there. But yeah, either way, could be him, could be Saka. It's not going to be Foden, because obviously the comments about him weren't great kind of going into the season. He's going to be someone I'd bring in a little bit down the line. Is obviously 0.5 cheaper, but Son is obviously on penalties. Mo Salah also in the draft as well. I just feel like, as I said in the last video, when else are you going to own Salah if you're not going to own him for this run of fixtures here? Ipswich away, Brentford, obviously just battered United as well in a pre-season. Then they've got back-to-back home games with Forest and Bournemouth. Then they've got Palace and Wolves. Obviously, he always likes playing against Palace. Then it gets a little bit more difficult. Like I say, around a game week, I don't even know when I would wildcard, to be fair. Obviously, it depends what happens with the team with injuries and stuff. But you don't really want him for Chelsea at home and then Arsenal away, because then they've got Villa at home as well. And then Southampton away, then City and Newcastle. I don't mind not owning Salah for this run of fixtures, because he's only got Brighton and Southampton in this run of fixtures that I'd obviously want him for. Whereas, you know, game week 18 onwards, he's got Leicester, West Ham, Forest, Brentford. You know, that's when you kind of want him again. But for the start of the season, I just feel like he has to be in the team, because the fixtures are just too good. I've also gone Eze as well. Like I say, he's always going to be in the team. I can't see much. The only reason I get rid of Eze is simply just because he's injured. That'd be the only way I'd get rid of him. Fingers crossed he doesn't get injured. He's just going to be in my squad regardless. And I've also got Nkunku as well. Again, if I wanted to, I could downgrade one of my centre-backs to a 4-mil defender. Have Nkunku as somebody like a Gibbs White, maybe a Shabazz, something like that. And then obviously upgrade Son to Palmer. But I just don't think it's really worth it that much. I mean, I really would love Palmer in the team. And if that is the case where he starts popping off, then I can always get rid of Son. You know, let's say game week 2 rolls around. I downgrade a Castagna or somebody like that to a 4-mil defender, and then I upgrade Son to a Palmer in game week 3. When obviously they have Crystal Palace at home, I could do that. Because I don't mind having Nkunku and Palmer for the fixtures that Chelsea have, because they're just that good. So that's something that I could always do. So there's that, and then obviously... yeah, there's a few of these are on penalties as well, being Eze, Salah, and Son. So it's not the best looking midfield, but obviously that's because the forwards that we're going to go into now have got João Pedro, Haaland, and Isak. So yeah, obviously Gordon potentially and very likely moving to Liverpool now kind of hurts him, and it also hurts the other forwards as well, I think. Obviously Salah doesn't really get affected, but players like Diaz, you know, Jota, that can both play on the left, if Gordon gets brought into that squad, I think it makes Gordon less of a as an option. Whereas because at Newcastle, you know he's definitely starting. Whereas at Liverpool, is he going to start? Maybe a few of the games, but you know, Diaz is also going to be there. Like I say, Jota's also going to be there. So that's why he's gone out of the team. And as well as that, Haaland, I mean, I don't understand Pep. He's saying that he's got an injury and he's going to have to, like, I guess, keep him, like, safe and stuff. But then he goes and scores a hat-trick. It's just like, what? Like, I hate these mind games. So, yeah, Haaland's obviously back in the squad now. I feel like I want both Salah and Haaland so much because I think they're just so useful, but it's one of those things where, like, I mean, I think Haaland's more important than Salah, even though the price is 15 mil. I think Salah, if you go for a player like Palmer or something, I don't think it's that much of a difference, and obviously that would save you a bit of money as well. That would save you 2 mil if you went Palmer over Salah, and then you can upgrade an Nkunku or something like that if you really wanted to. It's just, there's no other Liverpool forwards that I really want to bring into my team because their minutes just aren't as guaranteed as Salah's, and with that fixture run, I want guaranteed Liverpool attackers. Szoboszlai was a good option, but he's been playing a lot more deeper in recent games. I heard something about, like, the Liverpool manager apparently bringing up Núñez and saying that, you know, he wants him to be like his main striker or something. So if that was the case, then maybe I'd revisit maybe bringing Núñez in. Like, maybe I would upgrade a João Pedro to a Núñez. I don't even know how much he is in this season. So he's 7.5, so I could always downgrade a Salah to, I mean, it could be anyone really. I could downgrade Salah to even Cole Palmer, upgrade João Pedro to Darwin Núñez, play that front three of Núñez, Haaland, and Isak, have Cole Palmer there, change Nkunku to somebody like a Gibbs White, or even downgrade further and be able to upgrade wings or something like that. So there's a lot of things that can kind of come into play. So obviously it's still pre-season, so a lot of players are still coming back, but that is something that I could visit. But yeah, I think Salah is going to be very, very useful to have at the start of the season. I know it's a tough one, man. The team doesn't look as good as it could with both Salah and Haaland, but I think it still kind of works. But either way, that's what my draft currently looks like at the moment. Let me know your thoughts on it. Leave a like, subscribe if you're brand new. Let me know your drafts as well. And until next time, peace.